Imagine this. It is the year 820 AD. At the Abbey of St. Gall in Switzerland, a monk is standing in his garden. No chemicals, no pumps, no store-bought fertilizers. And yet, this garden is more productive than most modern gardens today. The soil, black, soft, alive. The plants, healthy, dense, hardly any damage. How is that possible? Now jump 1,200 years into the present. Garden centers, billions of dollars in revenue, fertilizers, pesticides, irrigation systems. We have more products than ever before, and yet the soil gets worse every year. Fewer worms, less life, smaller harvests. What did a monk from the 9th century know that we have forgotten? That is exactly what we are going to look at now. 7 medieval principles that work better than anything you can buy in a store. And principle 4 is the one scientists only understood 30 years ago, and that monks have been applying intuitively for 800 years. We are asking the wrong question. When something goes wrong in the garden, we ask, what product should I buy? The medieval monk asked, what is wrong with my system? That sounds simple. It is not. Because behind that question is an entirely different way of thinking. We treat the garden like a machine. Input in, output out. And when the machine stalls, more input. The monks treated the garden like a system, one that improves itself if you let it. And here is the proof that this is not romantic thinking. The Pedralbes monastery in Barcelona reconstructed its medieval garden in 2017, exactly according to the old principles. In 2024, it was recognized as one of the best agricultural systems in European cultural heritage. What was once considered outdated tradition now outperforms the modern systems that replaced it in long-term studies. The system still exists. It still works. We have just never heard about it. Around the year 820 AD, a document was created in Switzerland, the Plan of St. Gall, the most detailed medieval garden design we know of. What the monks described there was no coincidence. It was the result of centuries of observation. They lived their entire lives in one place. They saw which plants grew better after rain. They noticed which corners of the garden never dried out. They recognized patterns we can now confirm with science. The Benedictine order explicitly required it. No monastery without a garden, because without a garden, there is no survival. This was not a hobby. This was knowledge essential for survival, passed down through generations. In times like these, that matters again. And now I will show you what they knew. Principle 1. Water is directed, not wasted. In the Plan of St. Gall, water flows from higher springs through simple channels without pumps, only by gravity. The channel was not the trick. The soil was the trick. Every 1% increase in organic matter in the soil allows it to store 20,000 more gallons of water per acre. Living soil holds up to 20 times more water than depleted soil. That means whoever invests in the soil needs to irrigate less, not as theory, as physics. Principle 2. Plants are grouped by function. In medieval monastery gardens, vegetables, herbs, and flowers grew together. Not for aesthetic reasons, for strategic ones. Dill or coriander grew between cabbages. Both attract beneficial insects and confuse the scent profile for pests. Basil stood next to tomatoes. Marigolds bloomed along the edges. Modern studies show mixed planting systems reduce pest damage by 30 to 70%. No chemicals, just diversity. 20 cabbage plants next to each other are a feast for the cabbage white butterfly. Spread among herbs and flowers, it can barely find its target. Principle 3. Paths between every bed. Medieval gardens had paths between every single bed. Not for aesthetics, because you never step on the soil. Every step on garden soil compacts it, reduces oxygen, destroys microorganisms, and blocks water flow. Compacted soil has up to 60% less biological activity. The monks did not know this through science. They knew it through observation. And it was one of their most important rules. 3 principles, all easy to apply. Tomorrow morning in your garden without buying a single product. But now we come to the one most people never understand, and the one that makes everything else possible. Principle 4. Disturb the system as little as possible. What if your garden already knows how to defend itself, and you stop it from doing so every year? Under your feet, right now, there is a network that scientists only discovered in the last 30 years. It is called the mycorrhizal network, or the Wood Wide Web. Fungal threads, thinner than a human hair, connect plant roots to one another across hundreds of meters. A single fungal species can connect more than 40 trees in a forest, across a radius of 2 kilometers. Plants connected through this network activate their defense mechanisms faster, often within 48 hours after a pest attack on another plant. They communicate, really, slowly, but it works. And here is what the monks intuitively got right. They left this network alone. They did not dig deeply, they worked gently. They stopped when the soil was wet. We destroy it every year, with every deep tilling, with every synthetic pesticide. Chemical pesticides directly destroy the mycorrhizal network and reduce fungal biomass in the soil by up to 90%. The network that could protect your plants. You rebuild from scratch every spring. Do not dig, do not turn the soil, build layers, allow the soil to organize itself. This is not a romantic concept, this is biology. Principle 5. Trap crop strategic distraction. The medieval war strategy. Sacrifice a front line to protect the main line. The same principle works in the garden. Plant something that pests love more than your main crops. Radishes along the edge attract flea beetles. Nasturtiums, aphids prefer them. Blue Hubbard squash strongly attracts squash pests. You are not trying to save everything. You strategically sacrifice one part to protect the whole. But trap crops only help when the timing is right. And that is Principle 6. Principle 6. Plant by soil, not by calendar. The monks did not plant by date. They planted by soil temperature, bloom phases, and insect cycles. Tomatoes planted at soil temperatures below 12 degrees Celsius show, in studies, 3 times higher pest pressure than tomatoes planted 2 weeks later. Cold soil delays germination. Weakened seedlings send out stress signals. Stress signals attract pests. Sometimes planting too early is the real mistake, and no product in the world can undo that. Principle 7. Cardboard as cutworm protection. Cutworms, the caterpillars that cut through young stems at soil level at night, are completely stopped by a simple cardboard collar around the seedling. After a few weeks, the stem hardens. The protection is no longer needed. The cardboard decomposes on its own. No cleanup, no hazardous waste, no cost. 7 principles, 7 things people knew 800 years ago, and that we traded for products that create the very problems they are supposed to solve. Garlic chili spray, immediate remedy. And what if the pests are already there? Here is an immediate remedy without a single product from the store. You need 3 to 4 garlic cloves, roughly chopped, 1 to 2 chili peppers or 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 500 milliliters of boiling water, 1 teaspoon of liquid dish soap. Add the garlic and chili to boiling water. Let it steep for 10 to 15 minutes. Let it cool. Strain it. Stir in the dish soap. Pour into a spray bottle. Apply in the evening or under cloudy skies, never in direct sunlight. Repeat every 3 to 4 days in cases of heavy infestation. Keeps for 1 week in the refrigerator. Garlic contains sulfur compounds that actively repel many insects. Capsaicin from chili has a deterrent effect on the nervous system of insects. No hazardous waste, no protective gloves, no waiting period before harvest. Modern systems only work as long as you keep feeding them. Fertilizer, pesticides, water, again and again. Remove the inputs and the system collapses. Regenerative systems work differently. They stabilize themselves, they become stronger over time. They need you less, not more. And that is the quiet tension no one talks about. A system that sustains itself does not require continuous purchases. How many solutions have we overlooked? Simply because they cost nothing. Write to us which techniques you already use, or whether your garden already functions as a system.